don't want to sound like a bigot, and I guess I need to ask you because you may be in the power seat. But my son, who was disabled, may lose some of his benefits. And all I keep hearing is, well, we need to, cut the budget, whatever. I never hear anything about we're going to cut English as a second language. And so my question is, when a lot of these immigrants are coming here in Manchester, are they unfunded mandates? Or are they coming with all the resources that we need to send them? Because obviously it comes down to people and the services they need. And I'm quite not happy with knowing that my son might lose services, and yet I'm not hearing about how we're going to eliminate the teachers. That's just like one instance. But, if in fact they tell me, oh, by the way, he no longer can have his meals where he lives, and they've already done that to one of them in Manchester. And Manchester Mental Health is also saying he's not higher on the list, so therefore he may lose those services. How do you feel about that?
Well, the broader question of unfunded mandates and the cost put on local school districts by the federal government. When I came to the United States Senate back in 1994, my recollection was that the federal government's participation in funding primary and secondary education was 3% of all of the budget. 3% of of local school board budgets was federal dollars. It's now 11%. And with that 11% has come enormous intrusion of the federal government dictating to the states how they're going to spend their money. So I always say, careful what you ask for. Because we used to have people coming, oh, we need more federal money, we need this, we need that. And then when you get it, then you get mandates that far exceed what the federal government's going to give you. They're not going to pay for everything. They're going to require you to do things, and you're going to cost share. So it adds additional burdens to the school without necessarily doing what the school district or the people in the local community want to have happen. So what my response has been with respect to the federal role in education is, with respect to primary and secondary education, we should have a system that is the focus of which is on the customer of the education system. And the customer of the education system is the parents. The parents are the customer of the education system because it's the parents' responsibility to educate their children, right? And so we should have a system that's set up that the federal government says, we are no longer going to be involved in dictating to you what reading programs you have, what special programs we are going to remove that mandate and that funding from the school districts. We are going to allow, in fact, say that this is an essentially state and local function that should be funded at the state and local level. I can tell you as president, I will be very clear that of what I just said, which is what the educational community should evolve to. It should evolve to a cooperative arrangement between the educational community and the people who are responsible for educating their children. And that is, parents should be integrally involved in the educational program for each child, and we should have programs and a system developed around designing what is best for each child in the school. I always use the example that if you walked into the Apple store, this is sort of what it is in our primary and secondary education system. You're the taxpayer, but you pay all the money to the local school board, and then the local school board tells you what kind of education your children are going to get. It's like going to the Apple store, giving your money to the people at Apple, and they'll tell you what product that you're going to buy. How many people would go to the Apple store? Why can't we have a system where the person who's responsible actually has some say in the kind of product that they're going to get for their children? We can do this. And you really can do this. I mean, there's nothing unconstitutional about it. It's resources that are available for each child, and we can design a system, whether it's a public school, a charter school, a private school, a parochial school, home school, co-op school, you get all sorts of internet, virtual, whatever the case may be. There's all sorts of now ways in which people can learn, and we have 7 children. We homeschool our kids through 8th grade.